Good morning, student. Welcome to online class. I am Dr. Aparna, Head Department of Botany, Shankarlal Agrawal Science College, Salekasa. Today we will study Chara. It is a green algae and this is the plant thallus. It is macroscopic in nature. Let's see its classification: plant thallus structure, cell structure, how it reproduce, that is its reproduction, structure of male reproductive organ, structure of female reproductive organ, and how it complete its life cycle. So as far as classification is concerned, Chara comes under the plant group, that is algae. Division: Chlorophyta, class Chlorophyceae, order Charales, family Characeae, and genus Chara. Chara generally occurs in ponds, lakes, and other water body. It shows the presence of calcium carbonate, hence it is called as stone wort. It is macroscopic in nature. It is submerged under the water, and there are around 27 species in India. Vegetatively, it is multicellular, macroscopic, filamentous, branch structure. The whole plant thallus is divided into two parts, that is basal rhizoid and upper aerial part. The rhizoids are multicellular, branched, and obliquely placed. The thallus remain attached to the substratum by means of these rhizoids, which bears or which grow erect and branched main axis above. Rhizoid perform the function of fixation of plant with the substratum. That means it hold the whole plant and supply the nutrition. The main axis is erect and differentiated into nodes and internode. The main axis bears two type of branching, that is branch of limited growth, which is also called as short lateral, and branch of unlimited growth, that is called as long laterals. Nodes normally they are long, made up of single cell and enveloped by corticating threads. Nodes they are more in number, very small, short, and irregularly arranged. Branch of limited growth, they are also called as primary laterals or leaves. They show limited growth and they does not bear nodes and internode. Sometimes they bears stipules. The branch of unlimited growth arises from the base of primary lateral, that is the base of branch of limited growth. They show the presence of nodes and internodes. As well as cell structure is concerned, there are two types of cell, nodal cell and internodal cell. At the apex of nodes, various small isodiametric cells are present. Each cell shows the presence of single nucleus and numerous chloroplast, which is disc shape, and they are without pyrenoids. Internodal cell are single cell. They are long and elongated and shows the presence of large centrally located vacuole. Cytoplasm and nucleus, they are peripheral in nature, that is they are present towards the cell wall. Chloroplasts, they are numerous and dish shaped. The cell wall is double layer and shows the presence of cellulose, lignin, pectin along with the deposition of calcium carbonate. The internodal cell is enveloped by long elongated thread and that thread is called as cortical threads. Now, as far as reproduction is concerned, Chara reproduces vegetatively and sexually. That means asexual reproduction is totally absent. Vegetatively reproduction takes place by means of amylum star, by means of bulbils and by means of secondary protonema. Now, what is amylum star? Amylum star is nothing but the star shape aggregated of vegetative cell. That means they are the aggregated bodies. Aggregated means group of cell which is present near the nodes of the main branch. The appearance of this vegetative cell is like the shape of star, and important character is that the amylum star shows the presence of amylum starch. After breaking, amylum star will germinate into new plant of Chara. The other mode of vegetative reproduction is by means of bulbils. These are small, rounded bodies normally present in rhizoid or in nodal or internodal part of the main branch. These are penetrating bodies which under favorable condition germinate into new plant. The another way of vegetative reproduction is through secondary protonema. Sometime only on the rhizoidal portion some tube-like structures are developed. These are called secondary protonema, which under unfavorable condition propagate and develop into a new plant of Chara. So, in this way, through amylum star, through bulbis and through secondary protonema, vegetative reproduction takes place in Chara. Now, let's study sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction, it is of oogamous type, where male reproductive organ is called as globule, that is antheridia, and female reproductive organ is called as nucleus, that is oogonia. Both globule and nucleus attached to the branch with the help of pedicel, that means a stalk is present. It is present at the nodes and on one side of the branch. आपको ये ध्यान में रखना है that both globule and nucleus, they are attached at the nodes of main branch and they are present on one side of the branch. Nucleus is long and elongated and big in size, whereas globule is round and shows spherical in shape. Globule is smaller in size as compared to nucleus. Globule is always present below the nucleus. So here you can see the beautiful pictures or the images of globule and nucleus. Remember, nucleus is bigger in shape, globule is smaller in shape. Nucleus is long and elongated, globule is spherical in shape. Nucleus is always present above and globule is always present below the nucleus. Now, as far as internal structure of globule is concerned, internally globule is composed of variety of cell. The outermost covering consisting of 8 shield cell which is ornamented due to the folding of cell wall. Now this each shield cell produces rod-like structure towards the center, and this rod-like structure is called as manubrium. This manubrium cell give rise to one or more rounded cell called as primary capitulum or capitula. Further, these primary capitulum produces 5 to 6 cells which is called as secondary capitulum. Further, the secondary capitulum produces thread-like branched or sometime unbranched coil or uncoiled filament structure, and this filament structure is called as antheridial filament. Now this each antheridial filament consisting of 5 to 6 antheridium mother cell which produces uninucleate flagellate antherozoid. That means the globule is composed of shield cell, manubrium cell, primary capitulum, secondary capitulum and antheridial filament. Now let's see the female reproductive organ, that is nucleus. It is present at the node and on one side of the branch. It is long and elongated, bigger in size as compared to globule, and it is always attached with the branch by means of pedicel. Internally, nucleus shows simple organization. It is remains surrounded by 5 long spirally twisted tube cell which is present at the top of nucleus. This nucleus is consisting of tube cell and 5 corona cell. Now this 5 corona cell is present at the top, at the tip of nucleus, and thus it gives the appearance of crown. It gives the appearance of crown. Hence, it is called as corona. Hence, it is called as corona. That means you have to remember that the nucleus is consisting of an oogonial cell which is surrounded or covered by spirally twisted 5 tube cell and 5 corona cell. The position of corona cell is at the top or is at the tip of nucleus, which is looks like as crown. Now each oogonia is consisting of uninucleate egg, which is rich in food material, that is oil and starch, and it also shows the presence of receptive spot at the tip of the nucleus. Now, during fertilization, number of biflagellate anthrazoid they comes out of globule, swims in water and reaches up to the nucleus. The tube cell of nucleus elongate and form neck. A narrow central slit is present which act as a passage for anthrazoid. So, the anthrazoid through this narrow slit passes or enter inside the nucleus, and only one penetrate the wall and fuse with the egg to form the zygote. Thus, the fertilization of egg takes place. That means the anthrazoid fertilize the egg and form diploid zygote. Now, this diploid zygote or diploid nucleus, it migrate towards the apex. Now, the diploid zygote is undergo meiosis and form 4 haploid nucleus. Now, out of these 4 haploid nucleus, the one nucleus is shifted towards the apex and the remaining 3 daughter haploid nucleus shifted towards the base of oospore. Now, these 3 haploid nucleus they degenerate and the upper haploid nucleus is germinate into 2 type of cell or 2 type of initial, that is first is rhizoidal initial and other is germination of primary protonema. The rhizoidal initial it grow towards the base, whereas the primary protonema, which is tube like structure, it grow towards upward. The rhizoidal initial finally germinate into the rhizoids, whereas the upper primary protonema germinate into main axis of Chara. In this way, the germination of oospore takes place. So, here is the life cycle of Chara, which gives you the idea of sexual reproduction, that the diploid nucleus of Chara, which is undergoing into reduction division, form 4 nucleus. Out of the 4 nucleus, only 1 nucleus remain, whereas 3 nucleus degenerate. The one nucleus germinate into new plant of Chara. Now, this is the diagrammatic representation of life cycle where the Chara reproduces by means of vegetatively and by means of sexually. So, all the images and photographs are taken from Google and e-resources which is available on Chara. So I hope I somehow make you understand the Chara genus which comes under the plant algae. You have to remember that it is macroscopic in nature and and it comes under the class Chlorophyceae. The another important characteristic feature is it shows the presence of deposition of calcium carbonate, hence it is also called as stone wort. So thank you for today.